Today's episode is sponsored by Starcox, your business building dream team for business owners who want it all but can't do it all. Whatever is taking time away from your zone of genius in your business, let Starcox handle that. Whether you need branding, social media management, systems and automations, website or landing pages, sales and marketing, content creation, and more. Sherry and Jesse and their team of experts are your one-stop solution to implement the projects that have been keeping you stuck while you focus only on your favorite parts of your business. Get unstuck today and scale your business with the Starcox Dream Team.
Good morning, everyone. Happy Supercharged Manifesting Monday. Welcome to the start of another week. Oh my goodness, where did the time go? Here we are in March, like the year just started, and here we are already. Good morning, you guys. We are talking about asking too small this morning, which is, just something that's been on my heart, and my intention is that we all get just a lot out of this conversation this morning. I'm really just sharing with you kind of some observations I've been having over the last few weeks and asking every one of you to just give this some thought, so it's inspirational coffee, but a little like mind gym, if you would, this morning. Get us all thinking. I know I've been thinking about this and having several realizations over the last couple of days. So hello, Tanya, Heather, Denise, all the peeps, Precious, Alexa, Laverne, Rebecca. Look at all these friends we have. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome. I love that you guys are all here, giving love to each other. Hey, how about this? I absolutely love when you guys join and you say good morning. I love it. We're a family. As you know, we're the money family here. Can you guys just go to the comment above yours, and instead of liking it, send them a heart. Let's share some love this morning. Put some love out there in our little money attraction community vortex. And those of you that are watching on YouTube, Jamaicans.com, another group, another live place, wherever you all are, mwah, happy Monday. Welcome to you. Welcome into our family. And if you happen to just see this scrolling by and you're like, what's going on? My name is Tasha Chen. I'm the co-founder of the Science of Getting Rich Academy. And every Monday morning at 8 a.m., I jump on, I do a live. I try to make it be in the context of manifesting money. But really, I'm so much more than wanting to talk about just money. I want us to always be having conversations about really just having the life of our dreams, using the power that we have to create the life of our dreams. So with that, thank you, Lynn, for tagging Yvette. I love that. I love that you guys are sending hearts to everyone. So let's jump into this conversation about asking too small and what was the inspiration for this. Because, it's like I go through my week, and as I'm experiencing life, I'll have little pockets of experiences where I'm like, I need to do a Facebook Live about that. So as you know, we finished the Money Attraction Challenge 2 weeks ago, and we have been in enrolling conversations, just like everyone that booked a call. We've been doing all those calls. We had so many calls, but one of the amazing things about that is that I get to have all types of conversations with people who are wanting to change their life. And you can imagine, for me, it's really exciting. Like, I just get on a high and I'm like, oh my gosh, yes, let's do this. Let's go. You ready? And that's, for the most part, the way the conversations go. And then sometimes, though, I'll find myself in a conversation with someone who I see really wants to change their life. They really do. They're so aware of the pain of staying stuck, the pain and anguish and frustration of just the same old. And it's like you're on a hamster wheel. You're so aware that you're on a hamster wheel. It feels so frustrating because you're like, can I just get off this damn wheel? And nothing is breaking. Like you're just not able to do it, but you have this strong desire. And so we're in this conversation where here you have the opportunity to do something that's going to break this pattern and take you off the hamster wheel. And you know what breaks my heart? When ultimately the conversation ends with, you know what, Tasha, I just can't do it right now. I can't do it right now. I'm just going to wait for another time. That's the big one. I'm just going to wait for another time. I'm just going to, basically just stay the same. I'm just going to stay the same. I'm getting by. I mean, the worst place to be financially, the absolute most disempowering place to be financially is getting by. I need you to feel that, because people who are getting by, believe it or not, are worse off than people who are struggling. People who are struggling feel hopeless. People who are getting by live in fear. It's like a constant, oh my God, will there be enough money? Let me just get enough to pay the bills. And it's just it is actually, it blows my mind to think about it like this, but it is so the truth. When you are getting by, you're not in hopelessness. So you're not in complete despair, but you're actually worse off because you're at that level that's called satisfied, just enough. I'm paying my bills. I'm okay. And when you're okay, the thing that's inside of you that will break this pattern and make you ask for more in life, it's not triggered. Instead, what's triggered is fear and worry, and let me just keep making enough to keep getting by. And so when I'm in these conversations last week, that's what broke my heart. The number of people who chose to just continue to get by and to ask small. So that lit a fire under me. And I said, that's what we're talking about this morning. We're talking about asking small, because I want you to see what is the cost to you. What is the reward you're getting for asking small? And this is not, I want you, as you listen to this conversation, yes, about your finances, but also about your relationships and your health and, even your spirituality and your development as a person. When you're you never ever think about, I want to be expansive. I want to be so aligned. I want to be in flow. I want to be manifesting on speed dial. How dare I dream that big? No. I'm just going to, do my little praying and my journaling and go start this day. That's my little spirituality. So I want you to hear this conversation from all areas of your life. All right. I'm so ready to stop getting by. I love it. So ready to stop. That is so good. So ready to stop getting by. So a few years ago, we started one of our programs, like we've been inviting you to. And as we were in about week 2, where we've now taught everyone in the group how to ask largely, how to dream big, how to get yourself out of just getting by and really start putting in place the things to get you off the hamster wheel. And I'll never forget, Rebecca came up to me. At this time, back in the day, we used to do this where we would meet in person. So we were done with one of these in-person meetings. We used to meet every week in person. And Rebecca came up to me as I was getting in my car in the parking lot. And she goes, Tasha, we're on week 2 of this program, of this journey. She goes, I pretty much am just in awe of how long I have spent asking God and the universe for just help me pay the bills this month. Just help me pay the bills. Just help me get by. Now, she was coming out of a marriage situation where she was filled with fear financially. And so her thinking, God just help me, was God just help me get by. And here's what she taught me, which I've never forgotten. She said, I got exactly what I was asking for. For 5 years, I've just been getting by. For 5 years, that's been my constant prayer. Just help me pay the bills this month. Just help me pay the bills. And in the journey of being in this program, when we broke that pattern for her and took her off the hamster wheel and basically, gave her the courage to ask for more, and she started getting it. She started asking for more and started getting it. And she's like, 5 years is what it cost me of just getting enough when I could have been getting so much more. That's what I want you to understand. That's cost number 1. There's 2 I want to talk about this morning is when you choose, because that's what happens. We choose to ask for just enough. whether it be money, relationships. I used to tell people, I would laugh, like on my dating journey, I got to the point where it's like, God, just let him have a job and like just be a decent human being. Like, please, like that's it, So I see myself when I get in those patterns and I have to go, what are you doing? Are you kidding me? No way. We're not asking for just enough. That's not how we roll. So I want you guys, false expectations appearing real. I love you guys. Yeah, time to be, to start dreaming big. Now, here's a Tony Robbins quote that I want all of you to type this morning. Actually make it personal. I want you to type, I get what I have the courage to ask for. I get in life what I have the courage to ask for. Now, here's what's interesting. As I was in those conversations, what people were doing when they were saying, I can't do it just now, what they were doing were they were not asking courageously, how can I do it? Instead of saying, I can't afford something, ask with courage, how can I afford it? This is what really hurts my heart, because I know what's on the other side of that courageous question. Like, I remember when I was at that place in my life, and people, you know what, like, sorry, I'm soapboxy this morning. I'm going to get off it in a minute. But like, one of my clients texted me yesterday. We were in this conversation and she goes, so many people complain about being single, but they're not willing to do anything about it. So many people complain about not being where they want to be financially, but they're not willing to do anything about it. I remember when I was crying on the kitchen floor every day in fear of money, knowing I needed to do something to get me out of that dark spiral and that low place in my life, settling for just enough. Are you kidding me? You and I were not created for just enough. Why should we be sitting on the kitchen floor day in and day out, just paying our bills, just paying the minimum due on the bills, just getting by? Like, that is BS. None of that. Like, it's time to have the courage to ask for what you want. And you know what? I had the courage. I said, I don't know, God, am I going to need to bake banana bread, carrot cake, print t-shirts? I don't know what you're going to need me to do, but I'm going to have the courage to ask for what I want. It turned out to be that by asking that, I actually, at 30 something years old, I had to get a loan from my mom. That's how I did it. It wasn't the easiest thing to have to go ask my mom, but when I did ask her, here's another lesson I learned. My mom said, of course, honey, I'm more than happy to help you any way that I can help you. But if I didn't have the courage to ask, I would have never gotten that opportunity. And so people will look at your life or look at mine and go, oh my gosh, Tasha, you've done so well, you've arrived. Well, God bless you if that's what you think. Let me tell you, every single day, year in, year out, I bust the limits and I keep asking for more. That's how I do it. It's not just, oh, I just arrived and it's this amazing life. I keep challenging myself and going beyond, oh, let me just, like get a little extra 10% this year. Like, hell no, I'm not made for that. Neither are you. Ask, be courageous. It doesn't make sense. I don't know how I'm going to double our income this year. I have no clue, but I'm asking for it. I'm having the courage to ask. That is what I want you guys to be thinking of. I love it. I get in life what I have the courage to ask for. So I want to share with you another idea. The enemy of a great life is a good enough life. Like, just let that seep in. The enemy of a great life is a good enough life. Because again, when you're just getting by and when you're in good enough, the desire, like the what it takes to get great, you just settle. You just become okay, stuck in your pattern of settling. Well, the enemy of a great life, which is what you were intended. Just imagine your number is called and you end up on the other side in heaven, and you're looking back at your life, at all the things that you experienced in this lifetime. And that's on one side of the room. You're looking at your memories and it's like, wow, I did okay. I had a pretty decent life. And then your gaze turns to another section of the room. And there's all the vacations, the millions, the wonderful friendships, the amazing relationships, the great jobs, the amazing business. Like, it's all on the other side of the room and it has your name on it. And you're like, well, what happened to that? That has my name on it. How come I never got those? And the answer is because you didn't ask for it. How would you feel at that point, knowing the only difference between the life you had and the life that was meant for you is that you didn't have the courage to ask? You didn't think it was possible for you to get all that stuff, so you didn't bother asking. Whoever needs to hear this today, I hope it's not just me. I'm just saying, like, please pick it up. Pick it up. Like, I'm dropping it down this morning. I'm getting off my soapbox now. That's it. After 2 weeks of seeing so many people do that, it really broke my heart, because I'm on a mission to change your life, to get you to asking for all the things on the side of the room that was meant for you when you were born. The amazing life, the easy and relaxed life, the going on trips, the taking the entire summer off. Imagine that life, the never having to worry about your bills ever again, the never having to say something like, I just don't see how I can afford that, Tasha. Never having to say something as limiting as that ever again. Okay, that's it. I love you guys. I really do. That's why I'm here this morning with this. So here's the other cost of asking too small. Here's what I realized. And as you guys know, for me, many of my lessons have been in money and relationships, right? This has been my journey. This is where I get my lessons, and I journey through them, rise above them, resolve them, and then I get to come share. Okay. So the other cost of asking too small is when you ask too small and you settle, you actually create suffering. I need you to write that. When I ask small, it leads to suffering. When I ask small, it leads to suffering. Do you know why you suffer? Because you literally take yourself to a place. 1 second, you guys. You take yourself to a place where you came in with the capacity for this much, like massive experiences in life, and then you like bring yourself down to this tiny little like crushed version of yourself, asking for so little. It is literally painful for God and the universe to experience that through you. Right? So you create being unfulfilled, you create being unsatisfied, you create being frustrated about your life, you create not living to the fullness of what you were brought here for. Things don't work out for you, you procrastinate, you don't get anything done. Like, why? All because you're asking too small. Sometimes you think things aren't working out for me. What's wrong with me? And you're thinking you're doing things wrong. No, you're just asking for too little. Like, has that ever occurred to you? I know this has happened to me. I asked for too little, and then I end up in these situations that are so much less than what I deserve. And then I end up being hurt, you know? So yeah, I love that you guys are typing that. When I ask too small, that leads to suffering. All right, I'm going to end with this one this morning from one of my books. You guys are always asking me, what book? So this is a little daily devotional that I read from. It's Emmett Fox, Around the Year. And every day is a lesson. And this was from March 3rd. And it says, when you understand the truth of being, it is a simple statement of fact. The Romans could have had the telephone. The Greeks could have had the cinema. The Babylonians could have had the automobile, had they been mentally ready. The laws of nature were the same at that time as it is today. The same materials were in the ground, but the minds of the ancients were not ready for those things. And so they went without them. That just blew my mind when I read that. All the ancients could have had all the things that we have today because everything that was needed was present back then, but they were thinking so small. Everything was available to have all the things that we have today, but they were thinking so small. And that's what I really want you guys to get, right? Is really to start expanding your thinking, to have the courage to ask for more. And so if you know, like, Tasha, I hear you, this all makes sense. The thing is, I have so many limiting beliefs. I have so much fears. When you talked about money trauma during the challenge, I realized I have so much trauma. There's so much that is stacked against me. I understand that you're saying I need to ask for more, but Tasha, I genuinely do not know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't believe it's possible for me. I love conversations like that. I would rather you be vulnerable and say, I don't know how, can you help me? Right? Than to stay stuck and create a story for yourself that makes it okay to stay there. So I'm just going to put this out there. As you know, we've been inviting you to conversations to go on this journey. One of the main things that we do when we start our 120-day program is we show you how to ask. I show you how to journal, how to write out a life that was meant for you. Literally, you don't have to do anything. You don't even have to believe it. All I'm going to show you how to do is how to create it in writing and how to create a visual of it. Once you have that, that is the way to ask. Once you have the how to do that properly, God and the universe takes care of everything else. But if you don't know how, then God bless you. You just don't know how, right? So I want to invite you, those of you that this is our last call because our program starts next Monday, the 15th. Next Monday, we're taking everyone through a week of release. Because another reason why you're not asking largely is you have so much baggage on you and in your life. You don't have the space to ask for more. You can't even see what's possible. So we're going to go through an entire week of releasing. I'm going to show you a process for doing that before we start this journey. And then I'm going to show you how to write your intentions. What do you want to ask for in the area of finances, relationships, spirituality, and health? What would asking largely do? So if that is you, I'm going to put on here today, type the word freedom. Only if you have not booked a call and you have not spoken to us. Listen to me. If you've already spoken to us and you said what you heard me talking about this morning, you were in your limited story, then if you're ready to make a different decision, book a call and we can talk. But if you want to stay there and you want to stay stuck in your story, please do not have our team get on the phone and have a whole other conversation with that story. I'm just being honest with you this morning. Like, what God has blessed me to do in the lives of people, it's too important for people who are not ready. Like, I only want to work with the people who are ready. This is life changing. You have to be ready for this. So if that's you, go ahead and type the word freedom. Let us book a call and talk. If you happen to be watching from another website, go to helpmegetrich.com, because typing freedom might not work. When you type freedom, it pops up a message in Facebook Messenger from me that allows you to book a call. If you're watching on Jamaicans.com or YouTube or somewhere else, you'll have to type help me get rich. You'll have to go to that website, helpmegetrich.com. I'm looking forward to talking to you. We only have a few spots left. We're closing the doors because we start on Monday. I'm so excited to see which one of you listened to this morning and decided, enough. This is not what I was meant for. I'm not meant for playing small. I'm not meant to keep asking small. There's so much more for me, so much with my name on it. And I'm ready. Tasha, show me how to ask and receive it. Those of you that's you, I literally cannot wait to talk to you this week. Come on, let's do this. Let's just manifest the heck out of life, because that's what we were meant to be doing. I want to leave you with this from the Science of Getting Rich. It says, you need not hesitate to ask largely. It is your Father's pleasure to give you the kingdom. You need not hesitate to ask largely. It's God's pleasure to give you the kingdom, everything, infinite supply of goodness and an amazing life. That's your birthright. That's what you are here to experience. If you feel like, Tasha, I could use some help in asking and learning how to receive, book a call. Let's talk. I'll show you how. Mwah. I love you guys. If nothing else, I hope you were inspired to look at all the areas of your life and challenge yourself today and go, how am I settling? How am I settling and asking small in these different areas of my life? Because you were meant for so much more. Mwah. I love you guys. Bye. Have a great week. Have a wonderful Monday. And I'll see you next Monday at 8 a.m. Okay? Bye-bye.